Okay, hello and welcome back. This is going to be part 4 of Valkyria Chronicles. There was Prologue, Chapter 1, Chapter 2, and now we're on Chapter 3, Vasel Urban Warfare. This one is currently going to be slightly longer than the previous episodes, as there's obviously more storyline. As you can see, it goes up to 7 for this chapter alone, and there will be a mission as well, which is number 5. So, let's get things on the road. 1A, here we go. Summons.
In March of 1935, the Empire began its invasion across Gallia's eastern border. Maximilian, commander of the Gallian invasion front, built his army around mobile armor. Ghirlandaio and the other fortresses along the border fell to his tanks in quick succession. Bruhl's fall in under 2 hours was typical of villages in the Empire's path, and the road to the capital bore a steady flow of refugees. Randgries, Gallia's capital, a town secure and stable since ancient times. Within its walls stood the castle Randgries, and within its unicorn spire resided Cordelia, Gallia's princess. Supporting Gallia's policy of neutrality was a system of universal conscription. Under it, all schools required military training each year. In the event of a war, citizens were then drafted into the militia to defend their country.
Kind of works with how things are in Israel, because obviously they're surrounded.
As the conflict with the East grew worse, both Welkin and Alicia found themselves no exceptions to that fate.
As they're surrounded by Egypt and other countries like that, which they have currently been at war with, Israel has a country conscription that you have to do some service when you hit 18. I think it's something like that, how it works. So obviously everyone can use guns and stuff.
So these are my new digs. Oh, my uniform. I should get changed before reporting in. Better get ready now.
Oh yeah. Let's get your gear on, Welcome.
Flares, binoculars, a compass, and a map.
Very snazzy.
Everything you need for a nice hike. Or combat.
Combat, my friends.
Welkin?
Sure, it's open.
Oh, you're already changed too. Let's see. Not bad, not bad. You look good, actually.
Said yeah.
So, how about me? Do I look all right in this? Convincing?
Let's take a look. Yeah, you look fine. You wear it like a pro.
Really? You're not just saying that?
Of course not. You look tough. I like it.
Oh, good. I was worried it looked kind of silly.
No way. That plating on the back, it's like a coleopterate exoskeleton. Beetle-tastic.
What the fuck?
Colio what? And did you just say beetle? Welkin? What kind of girl wants to hear that she looks like a bug?
Huh? Not just any bug. A rhinoceros beetle, king of the insects. Who wouldn't want that?
Uh-huh. I guess I'll just try to take that as a very Welkin sort of compliment.
Tell me about that scarf. You've been wearing it since I met you.
Oh, this? It's part of my uniform from the bakery.
Is that right?
I don't want to forget the time I spent busting my buns baking.
You don't forget about busting your buns, baby.
I plan to keep wearing it until I can get back to manning the ovens again.
That's great. Once you do, I'll be first in line to get some of that bread.
Is that a promise? Well, I'll be sure to have plenty of it ready and waiting for you.
Absolutely. Hey, if you're ready, we should probably go see the captain now.
So luckily that's done the huge section for that, and it'd be the same for 4, because you've got 4A, 4B and C, so it might not be as long as I thought it would be actually, because it's done quite a bit of that section, so Squad 7 is born.
Come in. Excuse me, ma'am. Gallian Militia enlistee Welkin Gunther, reporting for duty.
Ma'am, Gallian Militia enlistee Alicia Malkiot, also reporting for duty.
I'm Captain Eleanor Varrot, commander of this regiment. Gunther, you're promoted to lieutenant. You'll be leader of Squad 7 now.
Ma'am!
Enlistee Malkiot, you're promoted to sergeant. You'll be under the lieutenant's command. Understood?
Ma'am!
What do you know? It is you. Nice coincidence, huh, Welkin?
Valdio? I had no idea that you'd enlisted.
Yep. Now that there's a real war going on, I joined up. Pretty much all the officer and training boys are here just like you.
You know each other.
Yes, ma'am. We knew each other at university. Welkin was in science and I was in archaeology. And just look at us now. No archaeology or science. Looks like the two of us are studying war, I guess.
Looks that way. It's good to see you.
And you.
Nice one,
That'll
brother.
be all for now. There's a strategy briefing later today, but you still have time. Time for you to catch up. You'll be spending a lot of time on the post and in Randgrees. They'll be your new home, so get to know them. That'll be all. Report back in time for the briefing. Until then, you're dismissed.
Okay, this is now obviously one of the tabs which will be on the book. Change equipment or view info of members of Squad 7. Choose the members of Squad 7 who will fight in combat. Train units to improve combat ability. And R&D, which is basically the tank. Upgrade Squad 7's equipment by developing new weaponry. So let's go Squad Barracks first. So his armament is the gun, which you've got there, but currently we can't obviously get anything better than that, so it stays as that. I don't think we can go across. Nature, Lava, Calm Heart, so these are the traits. You can get more later on. I forget how you actually get them though, to be honest. So, for instance, he plays as a scout at the moment. We will get better weapons later on, obviously. Alicia's a scout, so she's got that rifle we've been using. Rosie is a shock trooper, so she's using the machine gun. And Largo is a lancer, which is basically like someone who has a bazooka. You can't actually see pictures of them yet. You might be able to see it in the other one, but these are the 4 main people. Rosie and Largo, your main people. These choose members of the squad.
It's good to see you doing the rounds. Welcome. This is the command room. Use it to structure your squad. You will have access to both drafted and volunteer recruits. Now that I think of it, Squad 7 is still short on soldiers, isn't it? I'll explain how this works. This is the master list. The recruits have all been assigned classes based on their talents. I should probably touch on the 5 classes, just so we're clear. First off, you have the scouts. Just like the name suggests, they'll be your eyes.
I've just explained it, but she can do it for you now.
Their best asset is their mobility. They can go out, collect intel, then make it back safely. That, and a keen eye for enemies. A good scout can spot a man in tall grass from 100 yards. That comes at the price of firepower. Their job is spotting enemies, not taking them out. Next up, the shock trooper. They're the ones to break through enemy lines and clean up.
And that's the one that was Rosie and the shock troopers that we was obviously up against in the previous episode.
They offer excellent offense and defense. As far as combat goes, they're as good as it gets.
So they're your frontline shock troops, hence the name
While
shock
they
troopers.
lack any specialized techniques, They also don't have any obvious shortcomings. Think of them as the least finicky unit in your squad, Lieutenant. After them, we have Lancers, then anti-tank units. They're critical when facing armored targets.
Bazooka troops.
Their purpose is pretty self-explanatory. In most cases, they're the only way to stop a tank.
But obviously if you're firing from your tank, compared to firing one of these take more shots. They'd probably take 2, 3, 4 shots depending where you're hitting the tank, compared to 1 or 2 shots with the tank itself. If you're lucky, 1 shot, depending what tank you're firing against.
They're also well shielded from explosives, which conveniently includes tank mortars. Sadly, they're slow and weak to gunfire. Their limited ammo could also be called a drawback. Changing gears, we have the engineers. They handle supplies and perform combat support. They can restock other units' ammunitions, treat the wounded, even repair tanks on site. They can place sandbags for cover, disarm mines, repair towers, you name it. Their actual combat skills are very low. Think of them as combat facilitators.
They're pretty much the same as scouts, but obviously they're meant to repair your tank, give ammunition, stuff like that. You need at least 1 in every single mission.
Lastly, we have the snipers. They can shoot down targets from a considerable distance.
And these are vital, especially later on.
You won't find better soldiers for marksmanship and range. They can hit targets I can barely see. Sniping rifles also come with scopes that work to augment a sniper's natural eyesight. Drawbacks include low mobility and defense. If the enemy gets them alone, they're done for. That should cover the basics. Go ahead and put a squad together now. There's room for 20, and you...
Okay. Nice additional stuff. So this one is a scout, fancy swimming. That one's got slightly better health, so you might put Ted in there.
Thank you, hello! I'm Ted Ustinov, and I've got some great new material for you.
Might put that one in as well. Try and get a couple of each.
Hey, I'm Motley Leonard. How goes...
So you got some scouts. Now let's go to these. 238. I always used to like this guy. I remember him. Kobe Kide. So let's put him in.
Name's Kobe Caird, boyo. Looks to me like we're gonna see a lot of each other.
You old fart. And we get Kevin because he's got a bear. Claustrophobic, so that's not good actually. Desert Allergy, Lancer Killer, Imp Hater, Child of Nature. Yep, that's good. We'll have a piece.
The name's Vice Engelbard. Let's go kick this war in the teeth.
Obviously you need to look out for some of the traits because, say for instance, the Metal Allergy, obviously why would you have that scout running towards tanks? They won't like it. Pollen Allergy won't like grass. Desert Allergy, those are desert missions, so she won't like it there. So you always get debuffs from these things. You have to be quite careful what you're choosing. 3. We could probably get away with 1 more of these. Lance Hater, yeah. Oh, and things you need to see who they like and who they dislike. I didn't think about that. I think we're right with this. Melville, Brezina.
The name's Nina Strice, and I look forward to a good workout.
Okay, that's enough of them. Sick Kid, Lone Wolf, Camp Defender. He's pretty good, we'll keep him.
I'm Niels Darden. I'll see you on the field.
Victor. This AG. Sick Kid will need up. Have them.
Hi there, I'm Yoko Martins. I'm sure we'll get along just fine.
10 slots. Now we need to start doing this. Desert Bred Fatalist. Likes monthly Ramsey. Okay, that's cool.
Herbert Nielsen is...
Cheer up, mate. Okay, we have this. Oh, he hates Darson, so he's not gonna like... Fuck it, let's have him anyways.
My name is Cesare Regard.
Oh, we're gonna need to have both of them anyways. You need two at least. So that's what we got,
Hello.
right? But I think later on you get extra people, so it's alright. Which one's the worst out of this? Shut in. Pollen energy.
Hello.
Scout hater. Metal energy. Desert bred night vision pessimist. That's alright.
The name's Walter now.
We should be alright anyways. You're not gonna need everyone. Lancer killer, imp hater. Panicky, no.
The name's J.
Gonna do one more scout. Good buddy, here we go. I think that'll be it.
I'm Nancy DeFore.
Stop faffing around. No, we've got to do it anyways.
Please.
Hey!
Let's get one lance. Metal energy. Fuck it, let's do that. They're going to use all these anyways. Okay, that's done now.
Well, feel like you've struck a balance? As time passes, we'll have more recruits to choose from. Oh, and all the recruits go through training together, so they're all ready for combat.
Okay.
They'll be at the same level as the rest of the team you've taken. You can swap out members without the worry of losing the benefit of their experience.
Okay.
Trust in your own judgment and pick a team you know you can work well with. That should be enough to get you started. You can figure out the rest as you go.
So tree is the same as XCOM. If someone retreats,
Wow.
you lose
Squad
them.
leader's a lot of responsibility. Come to think of it, Faldio's heading up Squad 1, isn't he? I wonder if he's off sorting through this stuff now too. I'd better get a move on.
Training field.
Welcome to your worst nightmare. I'm the guy who's gonna whip you lazy blobs into shape. Still, I can't work miracles here. No amount of drilling beats real combat experience. I want you all to go out there, kick some imp tail, and then show me what you learn. I will train that experience into something you can actually use. Level you bums up. But, don't go trying to hog all the glory. A squad's a team, and we got no need for stars. You will train as a class, and level up by class. Scout level 2, Scout level... When the scouts level up, that means each and every one of them goes up that level. You hear me, maggots? Any of you think he's better than the rest of the team, go home now! All right. Now I'll show you lowlives how this whole thing actually works. It ain't complicated. First you go out there and fight, then divvy up that experience here. Once the experience you cram into a soldier class clears a set amount, it'll level up. Picking which class to level up and when is your job as the squad leader. Now give it a go. Train all you want. I've got all day.
So he's only 288, so you might as well do all of them. This is experience you've currently gained through the campaign, so and we'll save the rest. We'll get everyone to level 2, and let's sign it. We've still got 1,000 left, so...
Hi I got no use for tears! Sweat! 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 Good work, maggots! You're one level closer to human! Looks like that session beat a new potential out of the Lancers! Looks like that session beat a new potential out of the snipers!
Best way, I think, to show that off.
Got it? That's how training by class works. Now get out there and rack up some experience. Oh, and there's one more thing to add. Sometimes leveling up a unit class will unlock a hidden potential in them. You can think of potentials as the natural abilities your soldiers have inside them. Those abilities will form a big part of your strength in the field, so keep them in mind. Other times, leveling up a class will earn you clearance for a new order. Here, as long as we're talking about it, I'll teach you a classic. A real golden oldie.
You've earned Evade Boost. This order raises up one ally's evasion skills.
Orders are special commands you can give out as the squad leader. They can save your tail. It doesn't take a genius to see that leveling up your soldiers is the best way to beef up your squad. The soldiers will get stronger, and you just might unlock new potentials and orders. All that just from me working you sorry bums into the dirt. I just hope you maggots are ready for a real workout the next time I see you here.
Okay.
Hello.
I think it was Lancers, wasn't it? Oh no, best if I look at him actually.
Come back anytime.
If I look at him in the squad barracks, that's it. So Lancers and I see equipment. Potentials? What's the potentials then? Let's have an R&D facility. And then we can finally do this mission.
Welcome to R&D, man. What can I do you for? Huh? Wait, I know that insignia. You're Lieutenant Gunther, aren't you? I knew it! Man, I've heard about you. That evacuation at Brule was just... wow! Protecting a tiny life in the middle of all that slaughter? Man! Oh, Lieutenant, you're good people. You get all my respect and then some, bro.
What's going on, Leon? I could hear you from clear across the hangar.
Oh, Casey, check it out! It's Lieutenant Gunther! He's the man!
Sorry about him, Lieutenant. He's like this all the time, I'm afraid. But where are my manners? I'm Kreese Cherney. I'm training here as a mechanic.
Oh, and I'm Leon Schmidt. But just call me Leon, bro. I'm your boy.
So, Lieutenant Gunther, what brings you down to R&D today? We do work here on weapons development, making upgraded weapons and equipment.
And that includes rifles and machine guns. We can even soup up your tank. Of course, research expenses aren't cheap.
With rifles and other firearms, we'll mass-produce new models as they're developed. You won't have to worry about making enough for your squad. We'll outfit them.
For tanks, you can upgrade the baseline performance of the body itself, or develop optional parts that you can add on to tweak out its specs.
Right. You can choose which optional parts you want in the tank equipment section. Come in any time and make adjustments based on the needs of the operation at hand.
Development work on tank happens in form of body enhancements, tread and weak point improvements, and attack support. Body enhancements mostly reinforce the gun barrel and body armor to improve its base stats. Tanks will automatically be given the best body type you have developed. You decide whether to favour attack or defense, and altering body types gives your tank a different outward appearance. Improvements to the treads and weak point and attack support take the form of parts that can be added to tanks to enhance. This bit I wasn't never too sure about in the when I played it before, but hopefully I'll understand it this time around. Their abilities. Each part has a set size in blocks. You'll decide how to fill the 4x3 block storage capacity in the A device. Pick the optional parts that best fit your own personal combat style. Okay, develop weapons. So this is where the money side of it comes up. So obviously I can only do one at the moment because question mark is I think you need to do further missions, but I'll upgrade this so we get firepower boost. We've got the money with 6,000, so that costs 500.
Whew! It's done!
Might as well do this one as well. Let's get all of them upgraded to their East ones.
Here you
Sniper rifle we definitely need. Grenades doesn't matter, but we can't do anyways. Uniform upgrades, so basically obviously we get stronger uniform. Well, basically armor, that's what I meant to say. So, uniform upgrade. Okay. Oh, sorry. Uniforms for scouts and other people. Armor upgrade is for the lancers. If you've correct me wrong with that. I might do that, and then whatever money we have got left, we'll try and develop tanks. So we've upgraded everything to what we can so far. The question marks we can't do. But it goes quite well. Body enhancements. Reinforced barrel. So barrel protected plus 200, and this one's going to be frontal armor plus 30. Potential. Obviously we can go further with this. 1,000, hardened plate. Tactical. Sight. Bulletproof visor plus 5 accuracy. Okay, let's do this one, and then whatever else we do, body enhancement.
Here you go!
So this goes into the slot now. And it's equipped. Body enhancements, we can 1,500. Barrel protector or that one. I'll say we go with this one. So we've got frontal armor.
All set for you, bro.
Yeah, bruh. Okay, that should be it. We can finally do this mission now.
Well, sir, we're working here around the clock to make possible tomorrow what's out of reach today. Come again a little later. We'll do our best to have something useful for you by then.
Yeah, you better come back soon, bro. I am all fired up to work on stuff for you.
Yeah, bruh. Okay, book mode. So basically, obviously, like you get the grade system at the end of the operation. You want to be getting higher grades so you can do stuff like that. So now we've got the tab for headquarters, which is obviously where we just was, and the tabs will eventually light up further we get into it. About headquarters, on the Gallian Militia's base, you can use the experience points and funds you've acquired in battle to train your troops to high levels of developing new weaponry. Stopping by before combat or after not, once you've acquired more resources, is a good idea. I open the menu for the white button, blah blah blah, you get gist. Okay, the flare gun. Because this is actually quite long of doing all this stuff. I may, after this one, end it. This episode.
Welks! There you are. I've been looking for you.
Hey, East. How'd your enlistment go? No problems?
I registered as a tank pilot and mechanic. Maintaining and operating the Edelweiss will be my responsibility from now on. I think it's nice that we'll all be on the same squad together. I think so too.
So what are you up to now?
The tank's hangar space is just through here. I was just carrying some Ragnite fuel back. It's used to power the tank, and also for the turret-mounted cannon rounds.
I guess I'm just more used to seeing it in street lamps and medical compounds.
Seems like everything is Ragnite-powered these days. That stuff is everywhere. Not enough of it for some people, though. It's the source of a lot of conflict.
They say the Empire's invading only to get at all the Ragnite in Gallian soil.
Oh, that's right. I had something to give you, Welks.
What's this?
Father's flare gun. It was in the barn, but I thought you might have some use for it.
Another hand-me-down.
I gave it a once-over. It might be old, but it's still serviceable.
I didn't mean... I just can't believe I'm a tank operator now. Thank you for this, Ys.
I'll do a spot check on the Edelweiss now, to make sure it's ready to go at any time. Alright, we'll get going for now then. See you later.
Okay, I think I'm going to cut this chapter into 2 parts, so this will be the end of the first part of chapter 3. I hope you enjoyed it so far. Obviously that one's training, getting used to the headquarters side of things, upgrading stuff, and picking your squad, so it takes a little bit longer than obviously anticipated, and a bit of story elements, and obviously we'll have some story elements, and then the mission itself for chapter 3. Please give the video a like, comment and subscribe if you haven't all done so already. I'll see you all next time.